What's going on, everyone? In today's BookMine video, Victor and I are going to share with you three amazing high school books that you could actually buy right now and sell back on Amazon in this upcoming high school textbook season for a profit. And before we get into it, what's going on, man?
What's up, Joji? I can't believe we're just gonna give out 3 high school books. But yeah, watch this video, buy the high school books, make money. Simple as that. So yeah, let's show these really 3 awesome high school books and why they're awesome.
So the first thing that I want to go ahead and just talk about before we share with you three high school books is this image of a mountain, because we use this in our high school book flipping masterclass to give an analogy as to what we're looking for in a kepograph. And we use the mountain because it's so obvious, Victor, that that's
It's
a
easy to see, right? Because a lot of people have issues with charts and not being able to see charts so well. And so we show them first a mountain. Okay, you're looking for a mountain. If you can find a mountain, you know that you found a really great high school book.
Yeah, and more importantly is if you can find a mountain on a cubograph at the same time every single year, no matter if it's high school or not, that's a winner, right?
Yeah,
Is there
you you
a great
oh,
example?
you struck oil. Yes. This is amazing.
Yep. So, Victor, when we look at this, is this a mountain?
No,
No, that's not.
barely a little hill.
So if you see a cubograph where the use price barely goes up, there's no reason to buy that book. There's no reason to buy Hope, right? Because that's
Right.
not a book that we're looking for. We're looking, Victor, for this. Now, if you want a much more in-depth sort of walkthrough of that concept, you can watch this latest video we just talked about. You can see there's a mountain right there. These two tips will make you so much money. And essentially, it's that first idea that we're looking for mountains. And then the second idea, which I want to share with you, is simply how to understand demand. And it's as simple as understanding a bull. So these are three different bulls here. And when we look at the sales rank, when the sales rank gets really low, depending on how long and how long it stays that low is an indicator of how much to buy. So for
So
example,
basically the green line, right? How on bounty stays there really low. Yeah.
yeah. So for example, this is a very long, a very wide, extended, uber amazing bowl. And so this book has a ton of demand. You can buy like up to 50 copies of this book, and you can literally show up on this listing with 50 copies. We're not joking, Victor. You can have 50 copies, show up on this listing, and be gone within a day, because that's how much demand a specific book like this has. And again, we went over the different types of bowls and how to understand, the demand, how many books to buy. But that's just an overview. And so now we're going to take that concept and we're going to look at three different high school books you can buy right now. We're going to go from cheaper to more expensive and share with you, what the purchase price is, whether or not there's a mountain, whether or not there's a bull, why you want to buy this, why you wouldn't want to buy it, etc. All that good stuff, right? So, Victor, I'm going to get my Epic pen up so we can actually draw on this and tell me what are we looking at for this first book?
So not only are we going to teach you how to fish in our master class, right? But right now we're actually just going to give you the fish.
Yep.
And so this is actually a really great high school book. It continues on its same pattern. It has a really strong bowl. I wouldn't say it's an extended bowl, but it does have a July through the beginning of September bowl. So it's, I would say, like a medium bowl.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would say here. Maybe buying up to maybe 10 copies of a book like this. Definitely, I would be interested in that. And then now it's just about looking at whether or not the price today versus what I probably going to sell it for in August can still make a profit from it. So now I'm looking at 11.24. That's probably $4 for shipping, so about $15. And so I'm gonna buy for 15, and what looks like I should be able to sell it for in the 40s, right?
Yep. We're looking at the controlled prices here, which
Yeah.
is important. Okay. And the other important thing is we're not looking sure at the buy box price. We're looking at the lowest use price, which is what this black line represents. So first off, Victor, do we see a mountain there?
Yeah.
Or
Clearly you can see a mountain.
clearly you can see a mountain. You can see how the price was right here at what, $17 last May, going into June, July, went up to 30. Then in August, we were at the lowest price, $57. That's the lowest price, Victor. That's not some inflated buy box price. That is actually the cheapest copy available. You go from $17 to 57. Is that not crazy? That's crazy. And Victor, some people might say, well, Joji, Victor, how do you know this is going to happen again? Well, one thing we can do is say, well, has it happened for this book before? And what would you say, Victor?
It's happened every year.
Every year you've got yourself that same mountain, and now we're in this valley. And so what would we recommend people do right now?
Buy as many as like buy the copies that you can. Buy between 5 to 10 copies, as you said, Joji, because it's just an awesome deal right now. Buy 15, sell at 40. That's a huge ROI right there, and it's very predictable. It's going to run to that same pattern again. The customers are going to come back here at the beginning of July and
Yep.
and buy you out.
Yeah. Now, one thing to understand again is because of this being a medium bowl, you'd probably only wanna buy up to 10 copies. I'd say
Right.
probably 5. Yeah, probably 5-ish copies would be good. And, also, we're not necessarily trying to get the absolute peak price. The peak price up here was, like, almost $60. We're trying to get the shoulder prices, which essentially be like if you look at a human being, right, the head is the peak, and then left shoulder, right shoulder. We're trying to sell at the shoulder prices because it's more conservative. The good news is that if you buy this for, like, $15 ship and sell for, like, 40, that's still I mean, that's great. That's an awesome flip.
Yeah, and we're not dependent on the buy box here. That's the lowest, price altogether on Amazon.
And by the way, we get so much flack for this idea of like intrinsic value and looking at the lowest piece price. A lot of people just think that we're making it up that you can be a profitable bookseller and not need the buy box. Like a lot of people just think that that's a crazy idea, that that's not possible. But I mean, when you look at the books that we're sharing with you, like this next book as well, I mean, you don't need the buy box for a book like this. Victor, when do you buy this book?
You buy the book in the valley, right? Basically the same time. You buy it right now, actually. And that's why we're making so many videos about high school books because it's the high school book buying season is right now, and we want you to be successful. So yeah, right now is the time.
So this is the second book, Give Me Liberty, An American History. And this is second of 3 books that we're gonna give away. Now, I did want to let you know that we're giving away 47 more books in our upcoming high school book flipping masterclass session number 3. So if you're kind of late to the party, Victor and I have already filmed the first 2 sessions, which were incredibly valuable. We have still the 3rd session to go, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th session essentially happening in sequential, Wednesday meetings with people. And we've been having a ton of people show up. Now, if you want to be part of the master class, there's 2 options. You can either buy it outright, you can pay $297 for the master class, which is honestly a steal for the information to learn, or you can do the smarter thing, which is just to sign up for a BookMine trial. And if you sign up for a BookMine trial, we'll send you the link to join the session 3 for life. And if you actually do pay for at least 1 month of BookMine, we'll send you, the first 2 sessions that we recorded, which were very, very valuable. And then you'll have access to all the remaining sessions as well. And again, this is just three of the 47, 3 of the 50 that we're gonna give away, Victor.
Yeah.
And so if you come to this session, I mean, more than likely what's gonna happen is you don't have enough money to buy probably even half the books in terms of just even buying a couple of each of them, like but the thing is some of the books will share, like, you could buy up to 50 copies of some of these, no joke, right,
Oh yeah.
Victor?
Right. You can make all the money for the like membership of Bookmine for the entire year just with this one class coming up.
Easily,
So yeah.
easily, if you have the capital to buy those books. Okay,
That's right.
so the next book, Give Me Liberty in American History. So, first step, Victor, we wanna identify, is there a mountain here? So we look at this black
And
block.
this mountain's huge. This
Yep.
is yeah, this is a gigantic mountain.
And if it's hard for you to see that, I mean, simply just
Yeah.
take your cursor and just draw over the lowest used price over time, and this is what you get. To me, that looks
Yeah.
like a mountain picture,
Right.
right? Uh,
That's a very big mountain. Yep.
it's a big mountain. I mean, we're down here at, 30, and then right before the season at 20, and then we got up to $100, Victor.
Yep.
$100. And then we got a little bit lower, 15, and now we're at $30 right now. Next step is to identify the amounts of demand. So we're gonna look at the bowl size. And so we see starting here in July, going August into September. So we wouldn't call this an uber amazing bowl, right? We would
Right.
call this probably like a medium bowl. So we're thinking probably 5 to 10 copies of a book like this, right, Victor?
That's right. That's right.
Okay. And you might be thinking, Joji, Victor, why wouldn't you buy 50 copies of a book? Well, it's because the demand isn't there to meet 50 copies. And again, we are sharing this with the thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube, subscribers that we have. And every thrift store in America, Joji, every thrift store in America watches our videos. And just all jokes aside, that we want to make sure that we're sharing books that aren't going to just tank in price. And so we hand select these books specifically and are telling you like how many copies you should buy so that you're not holding the bag in case something goes wrong. And also that, we have realistic expectations. This is not a book you should buy 50 copies of.
Yeah, we're conservative in our thoughts. This is why we don't go for the buy box. This is why we go for the shoulder price. It's also why we tell you only up to 10 copies, more likely closer to 5.
Yep.
Just so that you don't actually lose money on a book like this. Plus, it's really, really difficult to lose on a book like this, right? You buy it at 30, sell it for even like 65, $70 is the winner here.
You sell over 65 bucks and you're making great money. And again, the shoulder prices on this got up until like the 80s. And the peak price got up to 140. I mean, if you really zoom in, there was a point in time where the lowest price was $150. And there are some sales rank drops. So some people were selling this book for over $100, which is just absolutely mind blowing. Shows you, Victor, how you know this is going to happen again. Well, I mean, we can look at every year in the past 5 years where this book has been out. It looks like it has happened every year before. And I anticipate that even if this book, let's say, doesn't get to 100, I mean, if it gets to 60, I mean, you're making great money. So awesome book there. Anything else you have to point out about this book, Victor?
Just real consistent, right? We looked at all 5 years. Every year there's a mountain. The pattern's there. It's a healthy book. There's no reason why this was not going to be a winner this time of year.
Yep. Next book we're gonna share with you. Okay, this is an uber amazing book.
This is an uber amazing book.
Uber amazing book. I'm gonna get rid of the used $5 price there. I had it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Why? Because it's not necessary. Doesn't matter. Like it's a cherry on top. Is it great to have a cherry on ice cream? Obviously, it's great to have a cherry on ice cream. But do you need a cherry on your ice cream to enjoy your ice cream?
No,
No, you don't.
that's
Yeah,
ice cream is all you need. Yeah.
ice cream's all you need. But of course, some of these books you will be able to get the buy box and get a little bit more, and that's great. And that just
Yeah.
will make you even more money and show you that that we do really know what we're talking about. So
Mhm.
let's take a look at this book. 1200 Update Ways of the World with sources to the AP Modern course. So first question, Victor, is there a mountain?
Oh yeah, this mountain is there's mountains on top of mountains out with this book.
Okay, so that clearly looks like a mountain to me. We could even go. Has this book had mountains in the past, Victor?
Yes, consistent mountains every year.
Consistent mountains, and it happens every time year, right?
Right.
Right. People, Victor gave you so much flack for giving this book out last year because of the offer count increase. They're like, "Oh, Victor and Joji giving away this book. I was
Right, you destroyed this book. I got a lot of flack for that. Like,
yeah,
this book isn't gonna perform very well. Now,
and
I was very confident it was gonna do very well again because
do it.
it's the extended bowl, Joji.
Yeah, it's the extended bowl. And what happened to it? It got down to like 15 offer count, even though it was way higher than it ever been before. Did his
Right.
price get high, Victor?
It still got sky high.
It
Yep.
got up in the 140s,
Yeah, 160.
160. So I remember Victor was telling people um, here in March, April, May to be buying this book. And everyone was like, even at the rising off, yeah. Like,
Now with the rising upper count, go buy the book.
it was crazy.
Talk about it.
So now this book is sitting here at $60. May, June is right around the corner. Let's talk about the bowl key, Victor. What's the bowl here?
The bowl starts at the end of May. We are only like a month and a half away from this book already taking off. From you regretting not purchasing this book. You need to go buy this book. I don't know why you're not. You need to go buy it now and buy as many copies as you can find.
Yo. So Uber, look at this. June, July, August, September.
Yeah.
If I'm doing my math right, that's 4 out of 12 months out of the year. That's 30% of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
33% of the year, this book is popping off like crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So you can buy this book right now for about $60 plus shipping. And we said for a book like this, you could buy up to 50 copies because this is an extended bowl. And I know
So you're being conservative. You probably could buy more, but 50 copies, that's still crazy enough. Buy 50 copies of this book
yeah,
and sell it probably sometime in July.
yeah. And the thing is, people get so afraid, like, well, if I have 50 copies, like, am I get so yes, you will be gone in a day. Like, if you show up and you price get like, okay, maybe you price at the shoulder price, and so it takes a little bit of time for it to get there. But once it gets there, it's like, boom. You get like open up your Amazon seller app and be like, okay, wait. So I just had a $5,000 day.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, whoa, that one book. Okay, yeah,
That would happen. Yeah.
we might want to buy more. You are holy something like July going. Wait, there's still 2 more months of the season. I'm gonna stop. And guess what? Are you gonna be able to buy the book then, Victor?
No, because the
No.
book is gonna be much higher, and you're just gonna have a lot of regret that you didn't take advantage of the time when we're telling you right now to buy this book.
Yeah. And what do you have to lose? I would say if you're out there and you're skeptical, buy one copy at whatever the price is right now. Right now, as we're recording, $60 plus shipping. Even if it's $70 plus shipping, buy one copy. Send it in there at the shoulder price. Send it in there like 120, 130, and I mean, this is just an awesome book. So, anything else that we want to share about this uber amazing book?
That we rarely give advice like this to be like, buy the book you need to buy the book. But yeah, take advantage of it. Again, even if you're not on BookMine, we want you to be successful. Books like this will help you be successful. Make sure you go in and take advantage of book leads like that.
Yep. So if you want 47 other books, very similar to that, that you could buy, again, you're probably not going to have nearly enough money, which is again why I don't even, why it doesn't, make me worry at all as well about there being too much competition. Because when we say you can buy 50 copies of that book, Victor, 50 times $60 is $3,000. So how many people book to do that? Few people right now are going to be
Yep.
able to that well capitalized where they can afford $3,000 on one book. Right, but, there's gonna be 47 other books that we give away, for free for everyone that is technically a BookMine member and then in the
Mhm.
high school book club masterclass, so make sure you sign up today so that you can have, that session,
You won't regret it. But this is gonna be game changing.
if you think, like, those 3 books that we shared they're done, like, you can't buy any of them, even if you think the other 47 that we share, if you somehow think that the 60 or 70 people that are there are going to buy every single copy and like, all the other value that you're gonna get from it is well worth it. So, anyways, help us help you. Sign up for BookMine. We'll see you for session number 3, and if you do pay for at least 1 month of BookMine, essentially, you get the whole masterclass for a way great deal, and we'll send you the recording links to the other 2 sessions that were already recorded, which, by the way, were incredibly valuable. So, hopefully that helps, and, hope to see you there.
Yeah. See you guys there.
Peace.
All right. Bye.